Hi, I'm Annette Pieper. Welcome to Discover Your Purpose TV. I am the CEO and founder of Vision to Reality Training, a success training company designed to help you achieve, awaken your inner power to achieve outer results, and also to live your life and business by design rather than by default. And I'm really excited that you are joining me today on this episode because I've got a really great strategy that I want to share with you today. And I've talked a lot about mindset in some past sessions and past episodes, and mindset is critical to your success. If you don't have the belief in yourself, if your mindset meter isn't set to success, then you're going to run up against all kinds of roadblocks on your way to achieving your goals, and you may not get where you want to go. And so the success mindset is a critical factor in whether or not you'll reach your goals. But there's other factors that are just as important, and some of those factors are how you manage your day. Now, I get a lot of people call and work with me on coaching because they want to manage their time. Now, think about it. You can't manage time. That's just kind of a crazy thought. Time goes by whether you're efficient and productive or not. So how do you manage time? You really can't. But you can manage your activities. You can manage your actions. And so that's what I want to share with you today. I want to share with you a system that I call the Soul Power 6 for Success, or 6 for Success for short. Now, let me tell you a little bit of a story about how this came about. Back at the turn of the century, there was a gentleman named Ivy Lee. He was an efficiency expert. And he had the opportunity to meet Charles Schwab, who at the time was the president and CEO of, I think he was the president of Bethlehem Steel, and which would eventually become U.S. Steel, or he would go on to be president of U.S. Steel. I'm not quite sure of those details of the story, but Ivy Lee met Charles Schwab and had a meeting with him. And of course, he wanted to sell his efficiency services to Charles Schwab. And so he said, I have a tool that will help you increase the efficiency at your steel company. Are you interested? And Charles Schwab was like, we seem to be doing fine, so no, I'm not interested. Well, Ivy Lee didn't want to give up. He really wanted the business. And so he said to Schwab, well, how about if I give you this tool to use, and you use it for 21 days or 30 days, and if you find it's valuable, then send me a check for what you think the value is. And so Schwab said, okay, I'll go for that. And so Lee went on to tell him to write down the 6 most important things that he needed, activities that he needed to do that day to accomplish his objectives for the day. And so Schwab wrote them down, and he said, now I want you to prioritize them in what's the most important, second important, and create a prioritization of those 6 items. And so Schwab thought about it, and he prioritized his list. And then Lee said to Schwab, now starting tomorrow morning, you can start it today, but starting tomorrow morning, I want you to work on the very first item on your list. And do not move on to the next item on your list until that one is completed. Then move to the next item on your list. When that's completed, move to the next item on your list. But do not move to the next item until the first one is completed. And then anything that you don't accomplish during the day gets rolled over as the priorities for the next day. And so he said to Schwab, try it for 21 days or a month and see what happens. And if you find it's valuable, send me a check. Well, about a month later, Schwab sent Ivy Lee a check for $25,000. Now remember, this is at the turn of the century. $25,000 is a lot of money at that time. I mean, it'd be a lot of money now even. But Charles Schwab said that it was the most powerful tool that anyone had ever given him, and it totally increased the efficiency of Bethlehem Steel. So what I want you to do is start using that strategy of 6 for success. Every morning or the evening before you go to bed, write down the 6 most important things that you need to accomplish in order to reach your objectives for the day. Start on the first one. When that's completed, move to the second one, then move to the third one. And now for all of you entrepreneurs out there that have, ADHD in your business, like you're constantly moving from one thing to another, or you're a starter like me and have a hard time finishing what you're working on, this is going to be really important for you to get to where you want to go. And so it's going to require focus. It's going to require a certain amount of focus for you to stay on task with each task until it's completed. But I can tell you it's going to make a huge difference in your business. So, and in your life too, because we have tasks and activities that we need to do in our life as well that can be just as important as the tasks that we have to do in our business. So I want you to try that. For the next 21 to 30 days, I want you to try this strategy. 6 for success. Write the 6 items down that you need to achieve, need to work on that day, the most important items. You're probably going to come up with more, especially if you're a list builder like me, but whittle it down to the 6 most critical things that you need to do in your business. Once you have that, organize them so that they're prioritized with the most important task that you need to get done at the top of the list and the least important of the 6 at the bottom of the list. And check them off as you complete them. What I do is I write them down, and then when I prioritize them, I put them on a 3x5 card, and I put it right on my computer so that I see it all day long as I'm working at my computer, or if I have to leave, I come back, I look at it to see what I need to do next. Make sure that you take this activity serious. If you need to manage your time better, if you've ever heard yourself saying, oh, I need some time management skills, or I need to manage my time and be more efficient, this is a tool that is really going to kick you in the butt and get you managing your activities so that you're more productive, so that you're accomplishing what you need to get done. A lot of entrepreneurs have what I call, and I'm sure you've heard it before, bright, shiny object syndrome, where you're constantly moving to the next thing. You avoid those harder tasks. Oh, I'll do that later, and then you never get to it. So this is going to be really important for you. 6 for success. Get them down on paper, organize them, write them down on a 3x5 card. Put that 3x5 card where you're going to see it every day. And then the next day when you go to organize your activities, the ones that you didn't get completed, make sure that you move those over to the list as the very first activities that you need to accomplish. Now, there may be times that you've got to organize it a little bit differently. Something will come up. Somebody gets sick, somebody gets hurt, you have to put out a fire, but you should still be able to accomplish those top 6 activities. And if you have a big project to do that's more like a day-long project, then use your intuition and just do that one activity that day and not worry about the rest. This is about being smart in your business and in your success. But for most of us, we have multiple activities that we need to do every day to keep our business running efficiently and to keep our lives running efficiently. So this is going to be a very powerful tool for you to use. Love to hear your successes. Email me at info@AnnettePieper.com, and that's ANNETTEPIE Pieper.com. Let me know your successes. Also, make sure you visit me at www.purpose-to-passion-to-profits.com and get that wonderful audio download if you haven't got it already. Take care, have a great day, and be amazing. Namaste.